right, give it to us there, big boy. Come on. Don't make
hi,
me
friends.
There you go. Good. It's the signature opening to this podcast.
All right.
We are here today with our friends Mylon and Wendy Hayes of the Mylon Hayes family. And, of course, if you followed gospel music for any length of time, that name is no stranger to gospel music. They have a rich history, and we're going to dig into some of that today. But we're just glad to be with you guys today. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. We're glad to be here, and thank you for the opportunity. So.
Well, we don't. You know, the thing about it is we haven't got to work with you a lot. We worked in Missouri, and then we see each other in passing from time to time. I think we did in Lawrenceburg this year. Yeah, but I was a Hayes family fan.
Really?
I have to
making me
extent.
feel old a little bit, but it's okay.
Well, I was old. But anyway, just the harmonies with the sisters and mom and dad and you and what you guys had was just special, very special thing. What was it like coming up in that family? Was just music there from the time you got here?
It was, yeah. Mom and Dad were singing before us kids came along, and Mom played the piano. And
were they singing in like as the Hayes family?
No, they were singing as the Goodwill Trio.
There you go.
We started out as the Goodwill Quartet. My mom's
sounds like a great opportunity for sponsorship.
Yeah, Goodwill. That's right. But so it was my dad, my mom, and my dad's brother, and their first cousin.
So they could have been the Hayes family.
Well, they could have been,
I guess.
Wanted to go that way, for sure. But then Dad's brother was called to preach, and the cousin's husband was called to preach. And so Mom and Dad just, while us kids were really, really small, they picked up a few people to kind of continue as the Goodwill Trio. And then when us kids got big enough in the 70s, we started the Hayes family. So it was, of course, Mom and Dad, my two sisters, and myself, and sang for a whole lot of years. And my mom was a piano teacher, and they taught us our music when we were really, really small. And Daddy had a live radio program in Boone, North Carolina. Wow. And so that kind of kept us learning new songs. They had just a whole bookshelf of old songbooks, so we'd dig in those old songbooks and learn those, some of them were familiar songs and some were not so familiar, but Dad didn't like to do the same songs over and over, so we'd learn a lot of new songs to us, but
he was one of those that you just couldn't keep singing the same songs over and over again. Yeah.
So, and it was a weekly thing, so we had to do it every week.
Holy smokes.
He did that for 23 years.
Did y'all live in Boone?
Yes, Boone, North Carolina.
Wow. A lot of history there.
A lot of history. That's what I was going to say. Singing News was headquartered there for many years, and of course the Greens are out of there in the Hayes family. So a rich history there.
Yeah, Greg Bentley. Some people know that name.
Yeah, Greg's from there.
That's right. So he went to Appalachian State, didn't he?
Yeah, he went to Watauga High School.
Okay.
so
I didn't
he was
realize
born
he
there.
was actually born there. Okay.
Yeah.
So were you guys was it ever a full-time? That's all you did was gospel music with the Hayes family?
It really was, but although we didn't travel probably as much as some full-time groups.
Okay.
Dad did have a job a lot of those years, but then he retired in the late 90s, and so we hit the road a little bit more at that point. And so for the next until we kind of hung it up as the Hayes family. It was more of a full-time thing for sure.
So was the end of that era with the Hayes family, was that just because you guys had got older and started having families, or what was the?
Yeah, my sisters, they didn't marry anybody that was involved, with our singing. So we kind of had that pull from home a little bit,
Right.
So that's why I say we didn't travel quite as much as some. We just kind of had to balance things, a little bit more. But
so it's probably that rule that you put in that your kids cannot get married. That's probably working out really well.
That's why they're not married.
Well, you got to lay the law down. Come on.
We do want their spouses in the future, if that happens, to be involved in what we do for sure.
What's their ages?
Well, the boys are 26. They're twins, and Kennedy is 22 now. So,
wow.
So they're really getting on up there a little bit, But no, it's been a full-time thing for me since 1987.
Okay.
But what took a turn was when your dad passed.
Yeah,
and
Dad
that
passed.
changed the whole dynamic
Dad
of the
passed in
group.
2011, and that was pretty much. Our kids were coming along pretty good then. I mean, Kennedy was 8,
11.
and the boys were almost 12, and so. We could see it in their hearts. They wanted to sing.
Yeah.
And they had the talent to sing, and even before that, when they were even smaller than that,
They took it serious.
they did. I mean, they wanted to dress up.
That's awesome.
Call them up there and let them sing a little bit. And
Yeah.
so, when Dad passed, that just kind of changed a lot of things. The ladies wanted to stay home a little bit more. Mom was 75, and she wanted to be
Yeah.
home more. And so,
Sure.
we made a little CD as the Mylon Hayes family.
Chipmunks and Mylon and Wendy.
Right after Dad's death, and the boys' voices hadn't even changed yet,
Right.
but we wanted to preserve that time and just see what the Lord would do with it, and
Here it is.
Here it
we
is.
It's
are.
worked out
Yeah.
well.
Almost 14 years
Yeah,
later.
that was basically.
So did you go from that? Did y'all start traveling and singing as the Mylon Hayes family at that time?
We did. There's some churches that started calling and using us in revivals. And
yeah,
then,
and then in that interim time there, the first couple of years, I was leading the music at our church. Our music director had felt the call to preach, and he went to start pastoring another church. And so our pastor was like, if you need a little something, to during this time to help you a little bit, he said, I need somebody to do the choir and music.
Awesome.
And so I did that for a couple of years
Yeah.
As we were getting started with
And
as the
studio
Mylon
work.
Hayes family. Yeah, and I've always,
Tremendous.
done some studio work. I mean, that really kind of started right when the boys were born.
Did you enjoy the choir work?
I did.
See, I did too.
Yeah.
I love doing choirs.
he was good at it. I mean, I thought he did a great job with it.
I mean, it
Everybody
was a
seemed to
s-
love him doing that. And I mean, we could have even seen that going that direction
Yeah.
at that point in
Yeah.
our lives.
Yeah.
And we even discussed that. But Mylon felt like the Lord had called him to sing. And so, we
Well-
felt like if the Lord was going to work it out, he was going to take care of the details. And he did.
Yeah, it's
He
great.
sure did.
How did you guys meet?
That's a funny story. We had a mutual couple friends, a lady and her husband, who thought that we'd make a perfect match, one of those. And so she was a matchmaker.
Wow.
She set several other couples up, and they all married. So I think she's got a pretty good track record.
Yeah.
So.
We may need to hire her out for a
I
few folks.
know. We're about to
we
hit
know a
30
few that could-
years.
Oh yeah.
We're about to hit 30 years, so I guess
Wow.
she was successful.
Now, did you grow up in a musical family,
I
Wendy?
did not. No. My brothers are great singers and love to sing. One of my brothers has already passed away with cancer, but no one in our family was in a group or anything like that. So I always say I'm the weak link in the family.
Oh, come on.
That's not
No,
true.
I'm serious. I'm the one that didn't, grow up singing with groups
Well-
and singing parts and all that. So that's been something
could
that's
you-
a little
could
bit
you
of a
hear the
challenge for
part?
me. Pretty good, not great. They have to keep me on
So
my
that's
part.
the way it was with my mom. My
Yeah.
dad was great with the parts and
But
all
I
that,
think
but
had
my
I grown
mom,
up doing it,
it's the same way. She grew up in church, and all they sang was soprano,
yeah, me too.
pretty much. Even during the old Stamps
Yes.
Baxter days of singing out of the book and
Yeah,
all that.
me too. That's
Until she met
exactly
my
how it was.
dad, it was that she just didn't hear
Yeah.
the parts that well. But then he
did.
helped, and now she's
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
just did great with that.
I need help, but I'm okay.
Well, we all do.
I need help in a lot of ways.
I'm sure it was a little intimidating
It was
coming
very.
into, because every time I always heard the Hayes family, like their harmonies were just
Oh, they were
spot on. And I guess your mom and dad kind of was a stickler for that.
They were, yeah.
And-
They taught us the music and wanted us to do it by the book.
And it
the way
pretty-
it was written.
yeah,
It's pretty
and
much.
that's what it
especially those
sounded like.
convention songs, which we did a lot of. People know, the Hayes family and
Yeah.
convention
Sure.
music's
I
kind
have
of
a heavenly
synonymous.
Father, and all. Yeah.
Yeah, and so we tried to do it. Our daddy wanted us to do it just like it was written. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah, we might change the ending a little bit, but
Well, yeah, all of them needed a little help on the ending
yeah.
to put the old
Right,
Southern
yeah,
gospel thing on it. But
Correct.
not in the church setting, it didn't have to have it.
no.
Talking about parts, when the Hayes family was going, there was a couple times that, I could carry the part well enough to do it, and they'd say, well, Janet needs to be out this weekend or whatever. Or Sharon, you could fill in. So I would work. I would sit there and I'd play that cassette player. I'd just practice and practice and practice and practice. Well, we'd get to the date and I'd do pretty good, and then all of a sudden I'd be on the wrong part. I'd be singing the other girl's part, and then so the other girl jumped to the other part, and then I'd
cover
find
you.
the part again, and she'd have to go back to the other part. I said, now that's pure talent right there.
It
They
is.
could follow me and get on the part they needed to cover since I was on the wrong part.
But Wendy grew up singing in church. I mean,
I
she
did,
sang
but
solo, so
solos.
she hears the lead really well.
Yeah.
But also her church did dramas. I mean, it was one of those churches that did these big Easter dramas and
Yeah.
Christmas.
Every girl a drama queen.
But so she was heavily involved in that, and a lot of singing
It's a lot of
is
fun.
involved in that. So she sung all of her life, just not with a group.
Yeah.
So, Mylon, you do a lot of session work too. Talk about kind of how you got into that, and
Sure.
if you enjoy that, or if that's just something that do you enjoy being in the studio? Is that just something that you kind of fell into, or?
Well, yeah, it's really kind of something I fell into a little bit. I don't do as many sessions now because our schedule has gotten so busy singing. But back, honestly, right when the boys were born, the very month they were born, December of 1998, a fellow by the name of Art Bain, a piano player and producer.
Oh yeah.
He started calling me to play bass on sessions, and it was just like, and we needed the extra money, but just had twins,
Of course.
And so, I mean, in those early sessions, the guys would say, "All right, let's do this one for the twins. Now you
is
need some
diaper
diaper money." So we kind of make a joke out of it. But no, I that's kind of how it just happened. I mean, I didn't ask for it. God just provided it. I mean, just right when I needed it. And,
Was that in North Carolina? You
well,
were
a lot
working
of it
most this?
was, yeah. I mean, Asheville, Crossroads, Jeff Collins started using me more on background vocals, and
Did Charlotte some?
I
GAT.
played in Charlotte at GAT3 some.
Yeah.
But, also Rushing Winds recording studio in Gastonia, and 2 or 3 others. Within a 100-mile radius, probably where I worked mostly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was such a blessing to do, and I did enjoy it. Yeah, I enjoyed doing that kind of work. I did a little bit of producing. I produced a lot of the Wisnut records early on.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
You did a lot of post production on a couple of Kingsman records that I did. Yeah.
In 2007 is when I started that.
So he made you sound good, is what you're saying?
Listen, he
Wonder
got
if we
the
can get him
raw
now.
file before any tuning or anything was done.
I didn't have to work hard on Chris. He's spot on. But yeah, Jeff Collins got me into that in 2007, and he said, "You'd be good at that." I said, "Well, whatever. I can work at home that way. They just send me the files over the internet, and so we didn't have to travel."
That was a big blessing.
That was a blessing
That
to
was a
be
good
home
thing.
and still be able to, to make money doing some studio work and stuff. So yeah, I enjoyed that.
So when things started taking off, what years with the kids did it actually y'all start seeing, okay, this is going to work? I mean, I know you probably knew it was going to work, but
Probably 2015, I would say that record really, Roger Talley helped us with that record.
oh yeah.
And it just had some songs, some really good songs. Of course, my first cousin is Rebecca Peck.
Oh wow.
And
I didn't
she's,
know
that.
She's a great writer.
Yeah.
Just a great,
Songwriter. Yeah.
So
resource for songs.
that's a great resource for us.
Sure.
is-
Yeah, you just
And
tell
for
her, hey, I
Cousin
need to see
Becky.
everything you write first,
Yeah.
and then we'll decide where they go from there.
And she
Well,
knows what we need as far as
yeah.
a style, and
Yeah.
so she knows what to send.
Yeah.
That she knows will work.
So, we did a lot of her songs on that record, and
And have continued doing that.
yeah, and we still do songs off of that 2015 record, and it just really, it really helped us with production. Roger Talley and
Yeah.
so it was a great
Great fit. That
fit. Yeah.
Hey guys, I want to take just a second and let you know about a very neat tour that we have scheduled for later this year called the Hits and Heritage Tour. It's Gold City along with our friends the Hoppers and the fantastic Joseph Habedank. It's going to be a great night and tour of incredible songs. It's called Hits and Heritage for a reason. We are staging the hits of all the songs from, well, not all, it'll take forever for us to do that, but the Gold City songs that you all know so well, the Hopper songs that you know so well, the Joseph Habedank songs that you know so well, not just from Joseph's solo career, but also from his career with the Perrys and singing with other groups. Joseph has had a very long career in this industry. You're going to love this tour. So be watching for the cities that we'll be coming to, and we hope to see you there.
One thing that you all are heavily involved in is the hymn sing tour.
That's right.
And that's something that just has kind of taken on a life of its own. And it's to me it's great. I've only had the privilege to sit through one, just because of our schedule. We're not ever on working those same programs, but it's amazing to me. It's almost just like a different kind of experience. You're just like in a different world when you're at one of those programs,
it
because
just takes you back a little bit.
It does, but it's on a different level because everybody's on the same page.
Yes.
It's not like you're singing to somebody. Everybody's engaged
it's just corporate worship,
in what you're
and
doing.
I love that.
Yeah. And some of those hymns I think people had forgotten about until you guys brought them back. And just talk about the hymn sing tour. I mean, what has that meant to y'all and kind of the life that it's taken on?
It's been a real blessing. The first one we did was in 2014. So, I mean, it's, been over 10 years. And
was that the first one Gerald did with
it was,
where was that taped?
It was in the First Baptist in Morristown.
Yeah.
That was the first video. Now, I think we did maybe
one
at the
at
Quartet
TB.
Convention.
Well, I thought we did the TBN.
Yeah,
one
maybe TBN
before.
too. But anyway, along about
the
that
first
same
video
time.
was at First Baptist Morristown.
It's just been, it's just been a blessing. I mean, it is something we do about 20 to 25 of those dates every year. And of course, a lot of them are just a weekend of touring. 4 or 5 dates in a week. I think it's been great for the kids to experience that too. Just I don't know, like you say, it's different. And of course, Gerald, he's a master at putting together a program. I mean, that's just right up his alley, putting together songs for worship for the congregation, and then to sprinkle in the groups doing 1 or 2 songs each. He just really has a knack at that, and always has. And
he stumbled up on that. So that I mean, he's told me the story, but of just one night on the second half.
Yeah.
Yes.
They did some people start.
Illinois.
Yeah, they started calling songs, and they would just do them, and
start singing them.
And then it hit him. This needs to go.
But our involvement has been. It's been a blessing.
It has. It's been so fun. And just to watch the whole reason that we're doing the videos, the whole purpose is the foundation.
Yeah.
And that is just a cool thing because my dad has dementia. And so it means a little something extra special to me, too, because that's who we're taking these videos to, are these people that are in nursing homes or in respite care, the veteran homes, just all of these different outlets where people feel forgotten, or maybe they don't have family visiting them very often. So these are things that they're showing there in the facilities that, they come and play them in the activity room, and those people that are sometimes nonverbal hum or sing along or have some words that, they are recalling somewhere back deep in that memory. And that's sweet. And that was the reason he felt when he visited his dad one day, was that, he saw those people go in that activity room and some girl trying to lead them with a little guitar or ukulele or something. And he just said, oh, it's going to be interesting. They're going to sleep on her. Yeah. But he watched them perk up and he was like, he felt like God spoke to him right then. That's why we needed to do the videos.
There's something about the music that it for someone with dementia, Alzheimer's.
It's so sweet.
It wakes up the brain. It wakes up the brain. It's fascinating how that works, but it's amazing.
Music is very strong. I mean, we all know that. We all work in it. Music is powerful, and just the fact that those videos are going places, and through the foundation, we're trying to raise the money to take all of those videos and just do it for free. So that's how they're doing it, and it's great.
And y'all have dates coming up this fall, I'm sure. Yeah, one big one at the National Quartet Convention.
I think that one's on one
showcase.
of the showcases, yes.
And then I'm sure y'all have a fall tour planned.
We're going to London.
Oh,
that's right.
That's our fall thing.
Yeah. Now, has he done that before, or is this the first time?
This is the first time for the hymn sing.
Okay.
Of course,
but we did Australia last year.
It was Australia, but he had. I talked to him some, and I was texting with him, and he was in London.
Yes.
And talking about, and I didn't know if it had happened yet.
Yeah, we're going to London and Ireland. Just 2 dates, but it's going to, that's a big undertaking to take so many people.
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
So we can't do a ton of places because you have to rent everything. All the instruments and everything has to be rented. So
in Australia, was it just Sydney that you did? Did you just do the one event?
It was.
Whew, it was 2 different sessions the same day.
Yeah.
It was an afternoon and an
Yes.
evening
But it was the
session.
same facility, same
Y'all did
rotation.
have some time there, though.
We did.
Oh,
yeah.
we did. We had a blast. It was so fun.
We got to
I can't imagine the travel to
days.
get there, though.
Oh my
It
goodness.
was
It's
very
brutal.
brutal.
I mean, it's like 20 hours, isn't it?
It was very brutal. It was about
Yeah.
24 hours. It was brutal. I'm
We
not gonna
did,
lie
when
ya.
I was at Legacy 5, we did Israel.
Mm-hmm.
And it was 11, 12 hours, depending on which way you're going. And that's the most miserable experience of my life. You know,
I
and
think
then-
it was worse coming home. I was excited going over.
That's
and
probably
like
some
I
of
just
it.
Stayed
I would
pumped
agree with
up,
that.
And so I was running on adrenaline, but by the time the week got at the end, we were tired, and then
Yeah.
we had to face that 20-some-hour home. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, it's
and
like-
the whole time you're thinking you're over the ocean, like you just can't
Yeah.
go there. Your mind cannot go
It's
there.
like 16-hour flight from
Over the
L.A.
Yeah.
over there, straight.
Oh,
It's
that's
long.
incredible.
Yeah.
See, with the Israel trip, it's in the middle of the night when you're flying. We're supposed to sleep. Well, I can't sleep on a plane.
Yeah.
So we hit the ground running.
Yeah,
Once
we
you
did
got
too.
through customs over there, it was tour. It took me 3 days just to get
That's
get
kinda
acclimated
exactly.
to everything with Israel, and so you missed that first. So anyway, I said if I ever do it again, we got to go 3 days earlier just to get
No,
time.
let's just all go together. Let's
well,
all
I
go
would-
to
yeah,
Israel.
I think we
I'd like to
should.
go to Israel.
I don't know if we
would
want to go
too.
right now, but
Yeah, I don't know
at
if we'll
that
go
time
right
it was okay.
I'd love to go sometime.
It's a very neat experience for sure.
Well, hey, won't we just all go to heaven together?
Well, now that's I think that's the plan.
I
That's
plan
a good
on that.
plan.
Yeah. Now, last year you all released a Christmas record, and tell us what I'm not sure of the name of it, but tell us what it's called, and is there a mix of old and new on
And
there?
Trey did that, right? Trey
He did,
Ivy.
Trey
Yeah,
Ivy. He
because I worked with
was
Trey with
honestly-
Legacy 5 too, and he is such
He
a
was the
talented guy.
mastermind behind it. The kids had the idea of doing a continuous play, kind of like the Carpenters
That's
album.
incredible.
Oh, yeah.
And so we knew it would take a lot of extra work on Trey, so we brought the idea to Trey, and he was like, "Oh, I'm all for it. Let's go. Let's do it." And so, of course, he had to write everything in between to make the songs flow.
Yeah.
And we just had, but in the mind of everybody, we kind of had the songs picked out how we wanted them, and then it just, when Trey put it all together, it was just like, that is it. That is exactly what we were thinking. It's exactly what we wanted, and he just took it from, one to top 10 of just everything he did was amazing on it.
Yeah.
We were just so pleased with it.
Yes, he jumped on board with the idea,
he did.
and we knew we wanted it to sound like Christmas music, and do a good selection of classic Christmas songs, fun songs, but also obviously, with the true meaning of Christmas in that as well. But so it's orchestrated from top to bottom.
Yeah.
And that's the way we recorded it. We went to Nashville, and the orchestra was all together at one time. It's not like you did the
That's
brass
incredible.
separate.
Over there at Ocean Way.
So it was
right
Yeah,
50.
near you.
that's wow.
53, I think it was 52 or 53 piece orchestra at the same time, and they started at the beginning of their album, and of course they went to a certain place, but
Work their way
they
through it.
they worked their way all the way through it just as we had laid out the whole album. So
I'm
order
gonna
of
need to
songs,
see- y'all have it on vinyl.
we do have it on vinyl.
Yeah, I'm gonna need one of those.
But
Need
the
that
order
good
of
old
songs
Gold City
obviously has
discount
to
now.
be really thought out. The order of songs in
Yeah.
a continuous play, and so
It's
We
neat to
worked
see
hard on
the
that.
evolution of Trey, because when I went with Legacy 5 in end of 2015,
Mm-hmm.
and Fowler had really been after him to spend a lot of time with Larry.
Mm-hmm.
And this Larry had already passed, but Trey did spend a lot of time with Larry, and really poured into Trey that he could do that. Scott knew that he was talented enough to
He
to
had
do
that
that.
gift.
Yeah, so he started with our albums, producing, and to see how it has just evolved for him through the years is incredible. Now he's at Indian Trail and doing great. And,
he's
it's really neat.
incredible,
He really
incredible
is.
producer
And a great guy.
Yeah, and
He's a great friend.
He is, and he's been a
he's
real
kind of
blessing.
normal. So
He's been a great friend to our kids and to us, and he just fits in. Like, he has to ride our bus for the hymn sings, and I just act like he's another child.
Oh, yeah.
He just is so funny.
Well, we had worked with him, on the record prior to the Christmas album, and half of the record prior to that. So that goes
Okay.
back about 5 years. But
we feel like he has
This-
stepped our music up.
Yeah.
You know, since he's come on the scene and his creativity, it just feels like it's
It's a good fit.
It's just a great fit.
Yeah.
Boy,
it
it's
is.
nice when you find that in a
You do.
producer.
It is, yeah. I mean, you know, he loves the convention style music,
Yeah.
and we love that. And I mean, that's one of his first loves.
I mean,
to
he's
be
got
honest.
those.
Yeah.
He's got that root in him,
Yes.
and so that is very familiar
So
with
we
Mylon's
really
background.
relate well with Trey. But you know, Greater Vision, you know, with our association with Greater Vision, with him singing, and you know, we work a lot of dates with them together as well. They had just done a Christmas album, you know, the
Yeah.
prior year.
Well, that thing won album of the year, didn't it?
Yes, it
did.
did.
Christmas
Yes,
That was great.
you know, London.
Yeah, did the whole
Symphony
thing.
and everything.
Philharmonic, yeah.
So you know, we kind of had to work around. We didn't want to duplicate any songs that they did. You
Sure.
know? So that was a little bit of a process. I mean, we
Well,
probably
you know, that's
spent,
hard. There's not that many Christmas songs.
you know, I mean,
Well,
Right.
there is and there isn't.
Yeah.
There's a lot,
Yeah.
but there's not a lot that you can really do.
Exactly.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, we you know, just personal conviction. We didn't want to, you know, do anything about Santa Claus. Not that
Yeah.
we don't, you know,
we don't have fun with all
fun
that,
with that
but
and
we-
play, but we just didn't want to do that. And so, you know, when you eliminate that,
Yeah.
it narrows down the field even more, you know. But
So y'all did a tour last year, a Christmas
did.
tour
Yes.
with Greater Vision.
Yes.
We
Right.
did, Yeah.
yes,
And that would have been pretty cool because
It
y'all
was
had both
fun.
had brand new Christmas
Yes.
albums. Are you doing
Yes.
that same thing again this
We
year?
we
are.
are. Yep,
We
we're
are.
Awesome.
So are they
Taking it
also
to new
doing
places.
Jubilee?
They're
Are
doing
they doing
they're-
some of
they're
that?
Doing
doing-
something at Branson. IMC
Okay.
is doing a Jubilee, like a Christmas thing. We're
Reunited.
doing ours.
Oh,
I think
okay.
maybe Collingsworth Family's
Gotcha.
doing something.
Okay. Well, that's
Well, yeah, it
nice.
is a Jubilee reunited type thing.
Yeah.
For
is going
Christmas.
to happen in
Good.
Branson. Yeah,
Good. That was a nice brand.
yeah,
Yeah.
it really
I
was.
hate to see go
Those
away.
Some great
Mhm.
years for that. Yeah.
So
They had
how
fun.
how can the people find your Christmas tour this year and go buy your Christmas album?
You
Where
got to
can-
get that Christmas album.
Oh,
the fact
yeah.
that that's continuous play, that
It's just very.
I haven't listened to it. I can't wait to put it on a list. I heard about it because you talked about it in Missouri
Yes.
there, and you did the song that you did, and it's not coming to my mind.
We probably did Who Is He in Yonder Stall.
That's
maybe.
it. That's it because I can never remember that.
Yes.
Uh,
Which
that-
is an old hymn.
I had never heard that.
Yeah,
So
it's
I
just a
was
hymn.
absolutely mesmerized when y'all
Oh.
were singing that. And I meant to get an album and I just forgot in the hustle
okay.
and bustle. But
You have Apple Music. You can just stream it.
yeah, that's a good idea. But see, Chris has got me in this vinyl thing now.
Yeah.
And
That's the
That's
thing.
cool.
It is.
It's
Well, it
just-
sounds better.
it sounds
does.
better.
sonically.
Yeah.
Great.
Sounds great.
So
Would you
anyway,
ask about the tour? It's called Family and Friends Christmas Tour.
Okay.
And so we have a Facebook page. Do we have a website?
I think so.
I think we have a website. That's not my department.
You ask the kids.
Well,
that,
ask the
okay?
kids.
we'll
Yeah.
follow up
But
with
anyway,
the
it is
children.
Family and Friends Christmas Tour, and so we've got a website,
Yeah.
and we're getting ready to announce this year's tour,
Okay.
where we're going.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
How long have you guys been married?
Almost 30 years.
Oh,
December will
boy.
be 30.
What's the date? 6th?
Yeah.
So you're going to be all in the Christmas.
No, December 3rd.
Third.
December
You
3rd.
say that every
I forget that
time.
because that's the
Sixth.
boys. That's the
Uh-oh.
boys' birthday is December 6th. So I
Yeah.
get
Not the same year. But
no.
No, they're 26.
They're 26. Yeah,
I
so,
understand.
No, that their birthday is the 6th.
The
and their
6th. Yeah, that's what you meant.
anniversary is the
3,
3rd.
6. There's,
we
I
know
mean,
exactly
know.
what you meant.
it all runs
At least
together.
you were in the right month.
So you're so 30 years. So you're going to get to spend your 30. You're going to get to celebrate your 30th
On
on the
Christmas
Christmas
tour.
tour.
Yeah.
I don't know of a better way.
Wow.
I mean, you could do a nice trip, or,
Listen,
but I mean,
we took a
seriously,
trip
why?
last year for our 30th on credit.
Yeah.
We said we were going to just pray that we made it to 30. So
That's
we
a
did
good
it at
move.
29.
Yeah.
And so here
So
we are.
so it's already in
We're
the
going
bank.
on
it's
Christmas tour
handled.
for our 30th.
Yeah.
So we're already done with that.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
And you're
Maybe
going to
he'll-
London, so you can
I
celebrate
know.
there
Yeah.
too.
That's
I know.
right, yeah.
So we're
When is
excited.
that? When's that happening?
November. Like,
Oh, of this year?
yes.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Maybe like the 8th.
So
Maybe
it'll
like
be a little
November.
chilly and rainy and all that over there. You'll get to
I just
full.
bought me a long coat, like a whatever.
You'll probably wear it every day.
I hope so.
It's that nice of a jacket or
It's
coat,
cute.
huh?
Yeah.
Good.
Now, if you see it in pictures and I look ugly, don't you say anything.
We would
Hey,
never.
there's that coat. No, we're excited.
Well, thanks for being with us
Thanks for
today.
having us.
Thank you, guys.
We're so excited about everything that's going on in your ministry, and
Thank
we love
you.
working with you guys. The few chances that we get, hopefully, we can do more of
I
that.
know.
Yeah, for sure.
And but it's been great to talk to y'all today and find out a little bit more about the Hayes tradition and the family and your future. And
Now we'll get you guys out of the way and get the kids in here
Sure.
and find out all the dirt. That's
That's
you go.
right. Send them in.
Thank
Thanks,
you guys.
guys.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.